Yeah, you'd want it capsulized because it was a pretty long state of the league, but actually it was shorter than usual. I got to our executive game probably a period and a half before I usually do. The guys said there can't be much going on in the league if you made the game this year, but I mean, I think first of all we're considering the state of the economy, I think we're really holding our own, and we're thrilled with really where our ticket sales are at this point of the year. Last weekend, the weekend before the All-Star break and then the weekend after were two of the best weekends we've had in our history in terms of ticket sales. So I think our price point and the quality of the product is getting the job done, and obviously we put a team business services program in place about a year ago to make use of the best practices from our best clubs and help share information and collect data from around the league, and I think it's really starting to pay dividends. We're seeing a lot of the teams that have not been as strong over the years starting to show really good results, and I think that's a product of that particular program. And since we're here in Cleveland, I can tell you that Len Komorowski and Kerry Bubolz and the Cavs organization, because of their NBA experience with the Teambo program, have been leaders in helping us move forward with a similar program in our league, and it's helped us a lot. In terms of our franchises, we're as healthy as we've ever been. I think our ownership is as deep as it's ever been around the league, and we can withstand a tough year, and I think we're going to have a tough year ahead of us in terms of sponsorship sales, but I do think our ticket sales will hold strong, and everyone in the league, in terms of our owners and senior management, seems to be really upbeat and positive and ready to forge ahead and hopefully come out of this downturn even stronger than we went into it.
David, I have two questions. The first one is, how big was it for the league to have the exposure of All-Star Weekend, not only with the new thing with TSN, but also down here in the States with the Fox Sports and some of the others, making sure that people can see what kind of product the AHL has?
Well, I think our All-Star event has been doing that for us for about 15 years, but moving to TSN really made a difference in Canada. I mean, our ratings for the All-Star event were double what they've ever been before in Canada. I mean, double. And that includes the lockout year when we were the only game being played. So we're really happy with the results. We thought the game itself was, I mean, as All-Star games go, it was entertaining. There were a lot of great goals scored. It was the players had a terrific time. The fans in the building had a great time, and from a sort of a showcase point of view, it is one of the few times we get a chance at full North America-wide live TV exposure 2 nights in a row, and I think it was a real success. So we were very happy with it and looking forward to continuing it.
My second question is regards to strain on the ice. Back in 01-02, you brought in the 4 teams from the I: Manitoba, Chicago, Grand Rapids, Milwaukee. They've been very strong competitively. Chicago's won 2 of the championships. Were you surprised that they have come in and stayed as strong as they have, coming from the I into the A?
Well, not entirely. I think it's funny, fans of those teams in the past, or of the IHL in the past, Houston won a cup as well, which is interesting, and yet when Houston won the cup, they won it with kind of the former AHL model. It was a fully affiliated team with the Minnesota Wild, and a very young team, where Chicago and Manitoba, who have not yet won a cup, but certainly are hoping to at some point, I'm sure, and Grand Rapids, who have not yet won a cup, still have kind of a piece of the old IHL model, where they have some of their own players and then 12 or 14 players from an NHL affiliate. And that sometimes gives them an advantage and sometimes doesn't, and Chicago has put significant resources behind their team and some of their free agent players that they sign, and it's paid off for them. Again, though, I think the league's always competitive. Those teams don't win every year. We've had fully affiliated teams win the Calder Cup, and competitively, I think we got a great product. I mean, we're very happy with it. We obviously, we're a development league. That's what we're built on, and a lot of great young players. And as we look at players moving up to the National Hockey League, we're seeing more than ever. I mean, last year, more than half of the players in the league also played in the NHL during the same year. And now we're at about 85% of the players in the NHL that have come through this league. So from a business model point of view, the NHL is very important to us, and from a product point of view, it's really important to us. I mean, we get great young players who are highly motivated because of that relationship, and our business model is better for it because we get some help in terms of payroll costs from our NHL partners. So the model's working, the league's growing, and our business is, I think, as healthy as it's ever been. Obviously, if the economy was better, it'd be better yet, but we're pretty comfortable with, not comfortable is a bad term, because I think we still want to build and grow, but we're fairly happy with where we are at this point.
Dave, you took over 15 years ago. When you took over 15 years ago, did you see the product being as strong as it is right now and growing to what it's become right now?
I don't think so. I mean, we were 15 years ago kind of in a fight for our lives with the International Hockey League, and we were losing some cities and we were losing some NHL affiliations, and our goal at that time really was to just very quickly try to establish ourselves as a player development league and try to attract NHL teams back into our league in terms of providing players to our clubs. And we needed to get into stronger cities. We were at that time, I guess there's only probably 5 cities left from that period still in the league. We were in a lot of very small markets, and then we were in some markets that weren't very successful, and we needed to get stronger ownership, stronger markets, and build that NHL relationship, which we worked at very quickly, and I would say within 2 or 3 years we were at a point that we thought we'd be in 10 years later, and then we continued to build. And of course 2001, when we brought in the IHL cities and the IHL owners, really was kind of a turning point for us, and we've continued to move forward from there.
Do you think you're comfortable and happy right now with the size of it and the amount of teams, or do you still see some room for growth, and are you looking at any places maybe to bring in a couple more franchises?
Well, we don't intend to grow beyond 30 teams. We're at 29 right now. We have 30 existing franchises. The Edmonton Oilers own a franchise which they're not yet operating, and our objective is to get to 30, and next year I think we're going to be in Austin, Texas. I just haven't figured out where to get them a franchises yet, but the Dallas Stars want to own their own team, and they want to operate it in a new building in Austin, which would be a nice fit for us with San Antonio and Houston. So we're going to do everything we can to make that happen over the next few months, and I think within a year of probably 2 years from now, we'll probably be at 30 teams and match up with the NHL.
I've heard some things, just rumors about Quad City possibly relocating. Is there any truth to that, or are they staying strong where they're at right now?
Well, I'm not certain. You know, there's been a lot of talk, and I think that the Calgary Flames, who own that franchise, and their partners in Quad City are in some discussion about the future, and I'm not sure that any of that's been resolved as yet. Certainly, we'd like to continue there. It's a great spot for us geographically. It's a nice building, but they've had their challenges attendance-wise, and I think some decisions have to be made in the near future about what will happen there.